Hey world, Bradley from myselflife.net, and of course you're looking at today, looking at my review, my hands-on time on my personal device, my daily driver, my Xiaomi Redmi Note 5, and AI dual cameras. First of all, let's just go over the specs of the device, the specs of this beautiful device. Of course, it has a 5.99-inch 1080p display. It has a Snapdragon 636 processor. This particular device has 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs expandable storage. It has a hybrid slot, meaning that it's either 2 SIM cards, so it can take dual SIM, or a SIM and micro SD card. I've opted for the SIM and micro SD card, seeing that I love gaming, so I'm going to load this in games, and music wise I'm going to load this in music. This is going to 64 gigs is going to full in no time. So I've opted for the SIM and the micro SD card option on there. Right, you can put in 2 SIMs if you like. It's expandable up to 128, I think. The cameras, the dual cameras in the back. One is a 30 megapixel camera, f1.9 aperture, 1.4 microns, and the other one, there's a second, which is for depth photos, for your portrait pictures, for your blur pictures, these kind of effects, your depth pictures for details. Is 5 megapixel 2.0 aperture. It records video in 1080p. There's other camera apps you can download, I think like Open Camera for example, which will allow it to record in 4K. But I figured I'm gonna stick to the primary shooter, the dedicated what it came with, the camera app it came with, the default camera. I'm gonna stick with that, and it has served me quite well. It has Bluetooth 5.0 for crisp sound, IR blaster, and 4000 milliamp hour battery. Over the look of it, the specs of it, the look, like I said, the 5.99-inch display, as you can see there. On top, the IR blaster, the secondary microphone, the front there, the side has the hybrid SIM slot right there. The bottom 3.5mm headphone jack, that's kind of like a feature now, right? Microphone, micro USB, and on the side, of course, we have a power button and volume rocker. On the back, you can have the dual lens, the dual camera setup with the dual LED in the middle, and that fingerprint reader, which is super quick. There's a second, it's already unlocked. The display is a 1080p display, like I mentioned. It's 1080p 18:9 aspect ratio, and I'm quite happy. I'm satisfied with the battery. I don't really need a 2K or 4K display. This is great. Watching videos on YouTube on there it's good. It's great. I can't complain. I can enjoy YouTube content. I can enjoy video. I can enjoy movies on there. And with the 4000 milliamp hour battery, it really brings out the light. It's impressive. I've had as much as 8 hours on screen time with that, and on like over a day on one charge, and that's gaming. I've gamed, I've run Asphalt 9, I've run PUBG, I've run Alto Odyssey, YouTube content, Instagram, everything, and it has lasted me quite a bit. So imagine if I don't game, I don't do none of it, just like normally used to make and receive calls and just occasional browsing here and there. I can make it 2 days quite easily with this, and it has quick charge 3.0. It's capable of quick charge 3.0. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a quick charger in the box. It comes with a standard 5-volt charger, and charge time is just over 3 hours till full, 0 to full. And I ordered a quick charger. It's only spec quick charge 3.0. It's only been supports it. So I'm looking to test and see how long it takes to charge. There's a difference between the normal charger and quick charge, or maybe the charger is a quick charge somewhere, it doesn't say it. I'm not too sure, but it doesn't say quick charge on the charger. So we'll see about that. So hopefully maybe charge time might be maybe 2 hours, which will be good for 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Let's talk about MIUI for a second now. I like stock Android, and MIUI, which is Xiaomi's skin or the layer on top of Android, and believe me, it's as far from stock Android as you can get. It's more iOS-ish, iPhone-ish, like, if you get what I'm saying. If you know, there's no app drawer. It's more of just swipe across on the icons, etc. Now I kind of got used to it in a sense, and I kind of like it in a sense. I put on the gestures, which makes it looks really like iOS, like the iPhone X or the iPhone 10, whichever way I want to say. Really does look like it, swiping and everything. But MIUI has cool, nicer features, you know, like for example the icons. The icons are dynamic in the sense that if you go into certain icons, the stock icon, for example the Notes app, you kind of see it into a dynamic. The calendar app, even the clock app actually in real time, so it's nice and cool. It actually moves and things. So you know, it's cool, it's great, it's fantastic. That's one of the tweaks I like about MIUI, and which kind of gets me to kind of like it in the sense that, you know, the stock icons kind of done, the way that is dynamic, etc., which makes it really cool, really nice. And also the RAM management on there, I would have excuse me, I would have about 10 apps open at the time. I had about 10 apps open at the time, and yo, the phone didn't slow down, and I would have 2 gigs of RAM free. And what's the funny thing is, when I have the more apps open, the more RAM that's free. The less apps are open, the more RAM that's used. This is so strange. I just don't understand that. That's what it's all about. But which means that, you know, I can have apps open. I'm not really worried about the thing slowing down, etc., which is great and fantastic. The call quality on here on this is great. The speaker, the earpiece is quite loud, really loud, and the bottom speaker, the main speaker, is also quite loud. I had to lower the volume on here when I have loudspeaker because it's loud, and I can hear my party when they call me, no problem. And hey, I'm clear. It's clear on both ends, which is great, which is fantastic, and I love that about it. I love that about it. Let's talk about gaming. Gaming on here has been fantastic. Really fantastic. I'm running Asphalt 9, and if no slowdowns, Asphalt 9 runs smooth, I must say. I tried running Asphalt. I tried to get Asphalt 9 on my ASUS, and not compatible. And this is no lie. As soon as I set the phone up, as soon as I set it up and log Google Play, access Google Play, notification came on because I pre-registered for Asphalt 9. Notification came on right away telling me Asphalt 9 is available for download. Hey, download it right away, and here it is, running smooth and running great. Another game that runs smooth is PUBG. Yes, PUBG runs quite well on there. PUBG on my last device was terrible. Couldn't run it. It was sticking, was tongue, and I was dying. But now on here, landed with open my parachute, smooth flow, running is smooth, driving is smooth, even shooting. I've killed a few bad guys. Pew pew pew, get away from me. I've killed a few bad guys, and they can't hold me. They can't hold me down. Yeah. I love it on there. And then of course I've also run Alto Odyssey on there, and Real Racing also run that on there, and it has run rather smoothly, I must say. No complaints, no slowdowns whatsoever. Last but not least, the cameras. These cameras on there are impressive, very quite impressive, I must say. F1.9 aperture on the main lens, the 50 megapixel lens. This is great during the daytime. Pictures are great, fantastic. Dynamic range. The dynamic range is great. You can see the clouds, you can see the sky. Picture quality is clear. Nighttime, it's okay. I mean, it's not the best. Don't expect it to be of Samsung and iPhone 10 kind of quality, but it does a job at that price range of $199. Great. Video quality is also good on there. It's recording at 1080p, and it's EIS, electronically stabilized, which is fantastic and is wonderful. And it has slow motion also. Has a nice slow motion to it. Not 960 frames per second slow like Samsung will do it, or iPhone or Huawei, but it's good. And also just normal video footage, it's great, it's fantastic, it's wonderful. I like it, I really like it. I'm impressed by these cameras, especially at, like I said, price range on that of this device. You cannot, to me, you will not get anything better than that on here. Seriously, you wouldn't. I can use that, I can use these photos, and yo, follow me on Instagram, Braxton on Instagram, follow me. You're gonna see a lot more photos. I'm gonna post all that there. You can see all the pics I take with that, my phone. What's the verdict? With my Redmi Note 5? Great device, wonderful device, fantastic device, great display, great battery life, good cameras, loudspeaker, very loud speaker, good sound quality. IR blaster, yeah, I turn off my TV, I've tested the remote and put up the TV. Overall, great device, fast, fluid. It has to be fast and fluid. It's new, so we see over time how it develops, how if it slows down or anything over the next year or two. But right now, it's quick, it's fluid like every new phone. So I'm really loving it, enjoying it, and I'm glad I have no regrets buying this phone. I have no buyer's regret right now. So till next time, Bradley from Mysa Life, I'm out.